Welcome back, everyone. It is December 25th, 1941, and we're here with another episode of Alphabet Command, our continuing struggle against the Empire of Japan, and our co-op game featuring Evoken and I playing against War in the Pacific legend AndyMac. Let's see what this turn has in store for us. Lots of unloading going on. Of course, that amphibious invasion of Rabaul. The Usant tangles with this task force at Johnston Island. And the Bouvier manages to put a torpedo into an AK there next to Johnston Island. We do not get the ship sinking sound, so she's still afloat. The Canadian sub, the SS I-112, engages the Shokotsu Maru on the surface, but only takes a shell hit for its troubles. Shark tangles with some ships at Babeldaub. We're on to the night air operations phase. Some night bombing. At Quangchowen here. And at Kuantan. Night phase always goes so slow. Not sure why that is. We have a submarine sinking sound. Not sure where that's from. Hopefully it's not one of ours. The La Heros gets badly damaged at Johnston Island, taking 9 hits. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. No ship sinking sound, so she might get away. Monge suffering the same fate, only 1 hit though. Oh, and one of our ASW patrols gets hit by the submarine that it was chasing, and that minesweeper is going to go down. That's where the KB is. Lots of naval search here. Strikes and sweeps over Quangchowen. And over Singapore. And over Singkawang. And bombing of Quangchowen there. Solid runway hits on Quangchowen there. Bombing of Wake. At this point, I would have started going after the troops themselves rather than the runway, but it's possible he's just trying to reduce supplies. And these troops that fled Gandari are getting beat up pretty bad here. More runway hits at Quangchowan. If I had known that that battleship task force wasn't headed for Quangchowan, I wouldn't have moved my planes out quite so quickly. But at this point, with all the runway damage, I don't really want to move them back either, because they're not going to fly well at that 50-60% runway damage that they're going to have to operate in. Oh well. Buffalo's rise to meet some Sallies bombing Georgetown. Take out at least one of them, it looks like. Catalinas go after some ships near Vigan, but man, they ran into a lot of gap. Yeah, they're not going to be able to get through. 9 destroyed Catalinas. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Still going after the ships around Baker Island. Oh, these Catalinas clean up. 3 bomb hits on the Kashima Maru, 1 on the Uji Maru, 2 on the Tinsu Maru, and some good casualties there. So great job to those Catalinas. Wonder if they're actually headed to Canton, just, you know, damn the torpedoes, we're going to take the island. Catalina's getting cleaned up at Raval. And of course, a little bit of bombing southeast of Moulmein. And east or west of Chiang Mai. Just doing very little damage there. Again, we just want to slow these troops down. Hopefully we're doing that. These BR-697s are going to be in trouble as well. We lose 3 of them at Vigan. Obviously, we have to change our ranges a little bit so we don't go after the ships there, because, man, that's a lot of gap. More bombing here. And at Luhui. More sweeping Singapore. Singapore honestly has enough AA that you really don't need to protect it by cap once you get all your units there. Guam. Oh, big strike at Port Moresby. We do have cap rising to the challenge, but 178 zeros. I don't think we're going to be able to get through to the strike aircraft. There's just so many of them. Oh no, we do manage to get through. We don't take out a lot, and the runway is going to be trashed, but we do manage to get through a little bit. So he is going to lose some planes. We're probably going to lose a lot more on that runway. It's just going to get absolutely hammered here. But he is taking, it looks like, a lot of losses to flak. I wonder if he came in maybe a little bit low. Let's look at the butcher's bill here. So yeah, decent amount of planes destroyed here. 6, 13, 15, 21, 22 destroyed strike aircraft. And our losses are relatively light. You know, a lot of runway hits there, but nothing we can't come back from. So, all in all, a KB strike like that could have been much, much worse. Yeah, look how low they're bombing. 1,000 feet, that's why they took all that cap losses. That's just really, really low. And 3,000 feet for the Vals. It's right in the sweet spot for Allied AA, for really any AA. I'm sure these Kates that came in 11,000 feet probably didn't take nearly as many casualties as these other groups. I'm not complaining. Not complaining at all. Again, a few Buffaloes intercepting some bombers coming in at Georgetown. They're actually flying from Medan. I pulled them out of Georgetown itself, so they're doing a long-range cat mission. Because of that, they don't have a lot of endurance and don't stay around for a little while, but they do take out a Sally. This time Catalina's come in, find some ships unescorted. No explosion on the first one, but a good torpedo hit there. Another dud torpedo, ouch. There we go. And another good hit, so some good hits there. Oh, yeah, another one. Yeah, the Palau Maru, I think, is done for 4 torpedo hits, and it goes down. So nice little strike there by Evoken. And Catalina's doing an afternoon strike on this same group that's headed, it looks like, to Canton Island. The Kashima Maru, I think, is in trouble. It's taken a lot of hits. I get another 2 on the Tinsio Maru. I'm surprised that the Kashima Maru has not gone down with the amount of damage it's taken. Doing a little bombing at Sambis. Decent amount of casualties, not great, but considering the terrain, I'll take it. Another bombing here. We'll have to check the altitude on these Falcons. I know it is very low, and we wound up losing one because of that, but some decent damage on those troops. The fact that we intercepted those barges on their way to northwestern Borneo last turn makes me think that all these troops here are very low on supplies, and doing more bombing like this is only going to exacerbate that. Again, maybe a little bit low here. Yeah, 1,000 feet. We're making the same mistake that our opponent did at Port Moresby. We'll just have to raise our altitude up just a little bit. The reason that the planes are at this low altitude is because we also have them on a naval strike mission, and they do best at that low altitude for accuracy when they're going after shipping. So we may just have to tweak things a little bit. Yeah, lost another plane here. Probably didn't need to, so we'll adjust that altitude. Here comes a second strike. This time only 9 zeros, so our cap may do a little bit better. We've got some float fighters here, tangling with the Zeros French float fighters. Zeros, of course, have much better performance than they do. Really, the Zeros have better performance than anything we're putting in the air. We only take out a single Kate in the air, and we lose a Buffalo, and another one goes down to flak. I'll take more of those disorganized strikes. Those aren't bad. And that's it for the air phase. So some interesting strike action there with Catalinas and such. Of course, that big KB strike. That didn't do as much damage as I anticipated at Port Moresby. Landing at Wake, a second landing, I should say, at Wake. The coastal gun seems to be just tearing this amphibious invasion up, though. These AMCs are getting worked over by those coastal guns. This time he does not have a battleship in the task force, and it really shows. Lots of big hits on those AMCs. However, the fact that he's landing more troops probably means that he will be able to take base pretty shortly. I'm not sure if his second invasion gets an auto shock attack or not. We're going to find out. On an atoll. Still cannot take Miri. I don't know why. Interestingly enough, a 1-2, but only the Allies take casualties. So he's still wearing us down, even though if he got a 1-2. Georgetown holding on for another turn at least. Kudat hanging on. Christmas Island, fort's down to 0. I'm surprised so many Japanese casualties after all that bombing that he's done with the KB. I'm impressed that the defending troops are still doing so well. Evoken bombards again at Clark Field. I don't think he's going to have quite the result that he did yesterday, as AndyMac's units are now going to all be in combat mode. Like I said, I think we caught some of them in move mode with that first bombardment, which exacerbated their casualties. We'll see. I'm not seeing a whole lot of... no? I was wrong. Look at that. Another 312 casualties with that bombardment. I don't know what AndyMac is feeding his gun crews, but... excuse me, Evoken is feeding his gun crews, but my partner's doing a great job with that, so... And just bombardment at Wake, and we just take casualties there. He now has 253 AV in that hex after those AMCs landed those troops there. Surprised that he hasn't shock attacked at Raval. Obviously, he can take the hex at any time. And that's it for the turn. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the Discord. Take care.